Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are excited about today's webinar, AI prompts for content marketing. Before we get started here, just a couple logistics. First, we will be recording the webinar, and we will post a copy of it on the blog on eDirectory.com on the blog section. You can find it on the footer. And that'll be up within 24 hours in case you want to go back and review later. Second, if anybody has any questions or comments during the webinar, just post them right into the chat, and we will stop periodically to answer them, as well as at the end of the webinar, we'll have more time to answer questions about this topic or anything else you'd like to ask as well. So welcome. So I'm James. I'm the founder of the company, and with us today we have Emerson, live from Portugal, and he's Emerson and Gabriel from Brazil on our marketing team. I'm in Brazil as well, actually, today. So thanks for joining us, and yeah, let's get started. Also, I have a couple more events coming up, just to let you know. AdSense alternatives to monetize your site. So AdSense is Google's platform, monetization, where you put ads from Google in and then you earn some money from those ads on your site. But we're going to show you some alternatives to that. And that'll be in 2 weeks. And then after that, we're going to do custom pages for location and categories, some really optimized pages that'll help drive traffic. So you can sign up for those on eDirectory.com webinars. And also quickly, just a little background for anybody that's new here on the eDirectory platform. It is the platform that we sell. It is a content management system to build directory style websites and mobile apps. It fits all sorts of different industries and purposes, anything from, a local guide, yellow page type of site, niche vendor directories, B2B directories, all sorts of things you could possibly imagine. Anything with a listing. It handles all the listing renovation. Clients can sign up, claim a listing, lots of great features. It's highly customizable, all the layout and everything. You can move things around with a widget-based editor, change colors, fonts, etc. And also we have source code available if you do want to do in-depth customizations or integrate with other systems. We have integrated mobile apps that you can install under your own brand, under your own App Store, Android, iPhone App Store accounts. And everything's been SEO optimized to really do a good job at driving traffic. So if you have questions about your own use case, etc., just visit eDirectory.com and you can sign up there for a private demo with an account exec, and they'll be able to walk you through and answer any questions you have. So with that, yeah, today we're going to talk on artificial intelligence prompts for content marketing, and this webinar is primarily going to be run by our resident AI experts here, Emerson and Gabriel. So at this point, I'll turn it over to you, Emerson.
Okay, thank you, James, and welcome everybody. Last 90 days ago, we ran a webinar about artificial intelligence. I guess it was the first one that we ran, and from there until today, many things have changed. At that time, we had only ChatGPT available for the wider audience. And now for this text-based interface, we have ChatGPT, different versions, the free version, the paid version. We have Bard being tested in some countries, not in all countries yet. We have Llama from Facebook that is already available as well. For image creation, we have a lot of other players on the market, the same for music and video. So artificial intelligence changed a lot from 90 days until today. And for digital marketing, we still have this uncertain future because many people believed that the AI would replace the search engines, how they work today. And we are seeing different things. So some predictions failed, and new scenarios are rising every day. And content production is still on the lead for these tools. So whether it's for text or for video, for both, voiceover, translations, etc., content production is still on the lead when it comes to digital marketing and artificial intelligence. And content marketing, let's start with the basics. Content marketing is a digital marketing strategy that focuses on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and constant content to attract and engage a target audience. In our case, we have two audiences, site visitors and advertisers. It's widely used to establish authority in a niche, connect with its target audience, and drive customer acquisition and retention. So content marketing is a very important pillar for any online directory, independent on the niche it's on. And oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back here. And we have here 5 key elements for content marketing. We have quality content, because content marketing relies on producing high quality content that addresses the needs and interests of the target audience. This content can take various forms such as blog posts, articles, videos, infographics, podcasts, and more. 2, audience-centric approach. Content is created with a deep understanding of the target audience's preferences, pain points, and questions. It should be tailored to their needs and provide value. It's providing value and relevance. It's what Google is looking for. So when we think about creating content for our websites, our projects, we need to think about it. 3, distribution and promotion. Creating content is just the first step. Effective distribution and promotion through various channels like social media, email marketing, the SEO optimization, etc., are essential to reach a wider audience. And with that, create traffic, which is the backbone of any valuable website. 4, adaptability. Effective content marketers adapt their strategies based on data and feedback. They refine their approach based on what works and what doesn't. So listen to your audience. And long-term strategy. Content marketing is typically a long-term strategy, and results may not be immediate. It's important to highlight this. It requires patient and ongoing effort to build a loyal audience and see significant return over investment. So that's the base for content marketing. And now we can talk about 9 ways online directories can benefit from having this content marketing strategy in place. The first one is improved visibility. Content marketing can enhance the visibility of an online directory in search engine results. By creating high-quality, keyword-rich content related to directory's niche or industry, it can rank higher in search engines. This makes it easier for users to find the directory when searching for relevant business products or services. Increased traffic. Publishing valuable content can attract a targeted audience to the directory's website. When users find helpful articles, guides, or resources, they are more likely to visit the directory for additional information or to explore the listed business. Establishing authority. Content marketing allows online directories to establish themselves as authoritative sources of information within their specific niche. By consistently producing valuable and informative content, they can become trusted resources for users seeking information and recommendations related to their industry. User engagement. Content can encourage user engagement and interaction. Directories can facilitate discussions, provide solutions to common problems, and answer questions through their content. Engaged users are more likely to return to the directory and use its services. So don't think in your website just for the business listings or a simple event. We have to create content around the topics we have having clusters, etc. So dominate your niche. You need to think about what people are looking for. Monetization opportunities. Online directories can monetize their content through various means, such as display advertising with the banner ads, whether it's AdSense or the own banner ad systems from eDirectory. Sponsored contents, affiliate marketing, or premium listings for business, for example. Quality content can attract advertisers and sponsors interested in reaching your directory's audience, which is the backbone of that, what makes your website valuable. And talking about value, the long-term value, content marketing can provide long-term value to online directories. Well-optimized and evergreen content can continue to drive traffic and generate leads over an extended period, contributing to the directory's sustained success. Building a community. Content marketing can help online directories build a community around their project. User-generated content, such as reviews, comments on articles, etc., can foster a sense of belonging and encourage user loyalty. Promoting directory features. Content can be used to showcase the features and benefits of the directory itself. Articles and tutorials can educate users on how to make the most of the directory services, leading to increased user satisfaction and retention. In marketing, we call this returning visitors. They are valuable audience to your site. People that visit your website frequently shares their content on social media and bring more new users. It's very important to have this type of evergreen content that is not outdated, that works forever. And social sharing, as I mentioned, valuable content is more likely to be shared on social media platforms, increasing the directory's exposure to a wider audience. Social sharing can drive more traffic and potential users to the directory. So how to start creating content that has everything that I just mentioned? Well, let's start prompting. And what's a prompt? Prompts for a ChatGPT, for example, are suggestions to guide it on what should be generated next. Prompts can also be used to refine the output by providing additional information or feedback on what was generated. In summary, prompts are a useful tool to assist in guiding and customizing text generation by ChatGPT. Remember that while ChatGPT, Bard, Llama, etc., they are powerful tools, it's essential to ensure that the content it generates aligns with your brand's voice and values. Always review and edit the output to maintain quality and accuracy, and consider monitoring user interactions to improve the effectiveness of your artificial intelligence powered content marketing efforts. So don't believe in everything the artificial intelligence tools will deliver to you. Review these contents, make the edits, give your personal touch, and that's one of the most actual tips we can provide on prompting and content creation using artificial intelligence tools. And some other tips we can say here is talk to the artificial intelligence like you would talk to a person. When talking to a person, it would be natural to expect someone to miss your point initially and require clarification. This is called interactive prompting. So don't be afraid to ask multi-step questions. Ask a question and get a response. Based on that response, ask another question. Simple as that. Set the stage and provide context. Writing a ChatGPT prompt often involves providing relevant background information to set the context of the query. We'll show that in details in a few minutes. And you can tell the AI to assume an identity or a profession. You can make ChatGPT write like it was a pirate or a Shakespeare, for example. It's easy to do that. You just have to set the stage for this. And you can also have it write like it's a teacher, a marketing executive, a journalist, or any other perspective you wanted to consider. So if you have a niche site for engineers, for example, you can use a more formal and technical way of writing things, not just informal and funny way to write texts. And the last one, test. Test different prompts, different approaches, different versions, rephrasing until you get the desired output. And now I'm going to switch over to Gabriel. He's going to show ChatGPT, how it works, and a simple example on a simple prompt and a more complete prompt. So you can see how it works on live. Gabriel, please.
Okay, guys, thank you. I'm sharing my screen. I guess it's visible for everybody now. So just following the train of thought that Emerson just mentioned, I'm going to show you real use ChatGPT. How can you interact it to create marketing content out of this? For example, my first prompt here. So this is the prompt, right? So this is something that I am asking for the AI tool. It works for ChatGPT or Google Bard, or I think that all AIs work like this. So, for example, Emerson told me, hey, let's compare a real simple and broad prompt versus a much more complete and instructional thing. For example, this one I just asked, write a blog post about the best of Miami, Florida. Just as that, right? No direction, no nothing. And then when you hit enter, the AI will provide you a title, introduction, and it will collect like places or that you have to go, or restaurant, or like artwork that you should see, galleries, like neighborhoods. And I didn't ask for anything of this, so the ChatGPT just came out of probably searching the web for points of interest that had lots of reviews on the web about Miami, and just gave me this content right here. So, well, the mission was complete, but I didn't have any control over the content, right? In this second example, I will make a richer prompt. So I will ask for more. I will give actually more instructions for the AI on how it should give me back the text. So I asked for a perfect vacation guide in Miami Beach, including tips on accommodations, dining, must-visit attractions. Also, the blog post must contain at least 2,000 words, so I'm giving a specific parameter for the AI. I'm setting the tone that should be friendly and informal. The paragraphs must be a maximum of 4 lines long, include bullet points to summarize, and also create a list of suggested images for the SEO portion. Also write a meta description under 160 characters. So this is a very rich prompt because with this information, I will get a much more complete result out of the AI. So let's see what it gave it to me. So yes, I have the title, the introduction, the accommodations, as I asked above. So it will list me some good places to book in Miami. For dining as well, some restaurants options here. It also gave me the name and a short description with specialties from the restaurant, a tip. Also must visit attractions, also a list of places to go. So you see that this is a much more complete blog post, much more interesting, because and of course the conclusion and the meta description for the SEO part of it.
Just one thing I wanted to pop in here, Gabriel, if that's okay, is like where it says must visit attractions there, South Beach, etc. You can create listings for those individual items, like Everglades National Park. You can create a listing, and then when you're posting this content in there, make a link from this into the individual listing from the blog to people get in there. I would just want to add that comment in about how to create this content.
Yes, no, that's good. You can link articles to your listings inside the directory, so it can make a much more rich experience for the user as well. So you see that you have like a complete blog post done, like in a matter of seconds here. Of course, everything that relates to AI, I would not copy and paste this on my website. I would have to read it and check if these restaurants are real, for example, or maybe they are out of business, because we have to remember that the free ChatGPT and other AIs, they work with a outdated database. So I guess it goes until 2021 at most for the free plan of it. So yeah, go on Google and check the restaurants and see if they are still working, if their dishes are the same that are being listed here. Okay, so don't just copy and paste on your website.
Yeah, and one
And-
other thing I wanted to mention that I know we were testing sort of internally here was using this to pull out some specific information like the business hours, and it wasn't able to do that successfully with any consistency at all at this point. And that may change at some point, but as of now, some of this stuff is still a little bit difficult, and you want to check it. Sometimes it would just post, do hallucinations, as they say, and just post up wrong info, and just sometimes it wouldn't come up with it.
That's right. Yes, totally. So continuing, and then I entered another prompt interacting with the text above, which says, so take the blog post above and make 4 tweets to promote it and invite readers. Okay, so this is to show that the AI so everything that I have here is sort of a conversation that I'm having with the AI. So I'm asking, hey, go back one step, take that text, that big text, and make 4 tweets so I can share it online. Let's say 1 tweet a week per day. Let's say I want to share this every Monday for 4 weeks, and I will have a different text with a different call to action, and also the link to the blog post that I will post here. So yeah, that's super easy to do. So I have 4 different options that I can use throughout the month to invite readers to read the same blog post. And now I'm asking, okay, now make an Instagram caption to promote it on social media. Same thing. So it got back to the text, to the big text, and then summarized in a short caption so I can share on Instagram or Facebook or whatever social media you use. And also it says link in bio, because you can send links via Instagram, for example. So it's very smart on that regard. And then another interaction. Okay, that was too big for me. Now make it the blog post above, take it and make it shorter. So yes, the ultimate guide to Miami Beach. So accommodations to stay. So it's a very short version, almost like just topics, conclusion, and also the meta description. So it's a very short, much shorter version of the same blog post that you can do. So again, it's just to show how you can interact and create content from, let's say, from any niche that you work with, whether restaurants or city guides or anything. You can use ChatGPT or other AIs to your advantage. And I also have, just grabbing what James mentioned about not trusting everything that the ChatGPT does, I wrote this simple prompt to create a 600-character description for this business here, Ohana Sushi, which is a real place. I have the Yelp link for the place right here. So I asked it to include location, working hours, specialties, and 3 reviews. Take information from this website. So I pasted the Yelp listing for this place, just so we can test, like live testing right now, what is the information it will send back to us. Not very much. But anyway, yes, now it's giving me some more text like I asked. Yeah, not that good. So it's missing some information. So you see that it's not pretty intelligent when it comes to taking information from websites, from any link that you paste actually. So I would ask to like create this, the description. I would fill in the name. I would fill in the specialties, the working hours, the telephone number, and the email content, and just leave the, let's say, not the informations I would feed the AI, and the rest I will leave it to it. So I then would get like a much richer text, and then I could tweak it, see if it's real, and then I would transfer that to my website. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the presentation here. So if you have any question, and I will send back to James.
Okay, great. Yeah, let me first answer. We had a question come in, which I guess is about sort of Emerson's intro. The question, I'll answer it, but the question was, in your words, please simplify. What impact will AI have on search from a listing perspective, if any, as listings drive directories? So I think one of the big things is this AI can be used to build out listing content. for you and help you sort of as a tool, sort of as an assistant, to take a lot of the work off you. And that's what we're hoping. We're actually working on an integration that's very close to being done here, both for like building out a blog post as well as building out like listing descriptions and helping fill in some of that other information. On the flip side, I don't know at this point that the AI, like, oh, I want a sushi restaurant in somewhere, that it's going to be that much different than like just going to a random Google search. Really what your directories do is they provide that curation, where you're sort of the expert opinion, that, these big, very large sites don't necessarily have. And so I think there's a real opportunity here to use this AI as a positive benefit for it. Yeah, so I hope that answered the question. We have a screenshot here of the piece to, I guess, help build out sort of some detailed prompts to build out blog post, but we're still working on this. It's going to be a little bit, but not too long at all, just a couple weeks until we expect to have our integration done with AI to help you build out some content in the directory. And with that, I guess we'll open it up to general questions. Anybody have any questions about this or anything else? Please pop them in the chat window here. And okay, first question from Ron's. Can AI summarize news article clips or make comparisons between two articles? Yes, it actually does a pretty good job at this. And so that may be something that you want to look at using it for along those things. But yeah, that's kind of, it does a really good job at that. And if you've never used it or tested it yourself, just go to OpenAI and sign up. They have a free version that you can use as well as a paid version, which is only, I don't know, 20 bucks a month. So it's pretty affordable. I think the paid version just has a newer version of the index. What's on the newer version, Gabriel?
You have access to the ChatGPT 4, which is more up to date, and it's the newer technology against the 3.5 that is available on the free plan only.
Okay.
So you have a faster response, the more up to date engine, and some more perks.
Yeah. So some stuff there, but basically you can get there and just enter prompts and see, interact with it, and you'll see what the capabilities of it are. Let's see. Next question. Do we add the articles with the prompts? I'm not sure I understand exactly, but basically the way that it'll work right now, you can go to ChatGPT, OpenAI's ChatGPT, and enter your info there as Gabriel did, and then just their response, you copy that out and then post it in the site manager in the forums there to create the article or do that. Very soon, we're going to have sort of an automated integration that works with an API that does that for you, where you can just enter this info right in the eDirectory site manager, and it'll help you write the article and create it for that. And by the way, you're going to see this OpenAI integrated in with all sorts of Word, spreadsheet software, programs like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, et cetera. Everybody's going to integrate it in there, so it'll be an assistant for you. Let's see. Do you already offer a ready-to-use solution plugin which combines ChatGPT and eDirectory? It's almost done. It's almost done. So just within a couple weeks, this should be out to the general public, and we'll have a release with more info and all the features in it at that point. So it's nearly done. We're just kind of testing at this point. Are you able to run two sites with the same database but different currencies? This is sort of a general question, nothing to do with AI. So two directory sites with the same content in them with different currencies, I guess, for checkout. That would probably require a small customization to do that, but it should be fairly easy to do, I suspect, as far as that goes. Just sort of, I don't even know, you would probably not even like set up two full sites. You would probably just do something with a mod rewrite thing on it, where it would say, oh, if you're coming in on this domain, use this currency label instead of the other. Yeah, absolutely. I think for that one, reach out to our team and we can talk with you about what you're trying to do and figure out the best way to get that done. If you can note that, Emerson, and we'll follow up with you. Next question from Warren. Today, do you see AI as a future competitor to eDirectory search? No, that's a very great question. Very interesting. I don't actually see it as a competitor. And I've been facing this, I guess, for years and years, since almost the beginning. We started eDirectory years and years ago. There was a question if Google was going to come in and just why would anybody want to use a directory when you go to Google and search on there? And really what it is, it comes down to that curation, and that you're providing some sort of an expert opinion or an angle or something around that, where it's often what you're not providing, but hey, we have this info and we're really great at this. It's sort of like almost like, there's probably a really great bakery somewhere where we live, and do people go there or do they go to the supermarket? Every supermarket has a bakery in it. And the answer is, well, what you're doing is probably building that thing that's a little bit niche and really good. So I don't see it as a competitor. I actually see it as a way to make your bakery greater, to make your content better and take the work off you and help you out in terms of doing this curation and all that. But we'll see. Technology, things change, and maybe at some point it will be a competitor, and that's business, and that's fine. But I think not. I think it's going to be helpful for everybody, actually. So another question, is language choice available as an option to the user? So eDirectory supports multiple languages, but what we realized was it's actually best for SEO if you do a whole bunch of individual optimizations on them. So the way that we have it set up is you can have multiple sort of sites and you set the language, and each site has a full language and it's on that. And your site manager can be on a different language than the front end, actually. If you don't want to do that and you want to do something like Google Translate on there, there's a way to plug that in really easily as well for that. But that's probably something you should think about very carefully, because there are some things you can do with SEO, et cetera, as far as URL links, and there's lots of things around that, reasons behind that choice. I'd recommend just reaching out and we can discuss the multiple language options as far as that goes. Next question from Dan. If you create a blog post using ChatGPT, is it wrong to post it saying you are the author? Is there a way someone could figure out that you use ChatGPT? Actually, I saw one of our recently, I was doing some oversight on our support team, and I saw one of the responses our team members sent, and I was like, that looks like ChatGPT. And I was like, wow, that's too much. The post is way too long, and it's typical ChatGPT where it's like 4 paragraphs, and it should have been, a very quick post. I was like, use ChatGPT. Like, yeah. So sometimes people can just tell. There's a lot of talk about this on the internet. If you can identify what's been written by ChatGPT. As far as copyright stuff goes, you can look into that around the copyright stuff as well. I think ChatGPT and OpenAI sort of let you use the product of it without any copyright concern. But you can check all that stuff out for that. What we recommend, though, is not just doing it and using ChatGPT, but it's like using it as an assistant for you. Somebody that comes in and you put your ideas in there, and then they help you craft it and help you adjust it, and maybe say, this paragraph's really good, but can you help me condense it? Those kind of things. Oh, I'm looking for a better word around this for this issue. Do you have any suggestions for me? It can do that kind of stuff really great. So I think you should remain the author of this stuff yourself, but use it as an assistant to to get there a lot quicker. Now you're driving a car instead of a horse, as far as that goes in terms of writing your content. Do you guys have any comments on that, Gabriel, Emerson, or is that fairly
you can
reasonable?
ask ChatGPT, Bard, Llama, etc., to tell the source or the main sources that he get the text.
The content from.
So it helps to identify the source, so
Yeah.
you can see if there's some copyrighted material, etc. But some companies they say that the article was generated with the AI just to be safe. It's not a legal advice. It's good to say this, but that's something that time will tell what's going to happen about copywriting and content from AI tools.
Okay, great. Great. Okay. Next question. Will the new plugin you're creating work with your paid chat GPT? Yes, actually it's going to use an API key. So you'll sign up for your own chat GPT yourself and then put your key in there. And the reason for that is the usage costs depend on how much you're using it. So every eDirectory customer will need to get their own account to use it and connect it there. As far as that goes, but it's fairly nominally priced. I mean, it's not it's not, you know, not too expensive for the type of, for this type of thing. And it's not like it's because you're creating articles and it's not hitting the API in every view. It shouldn't cost all that much actually to help you. So, next question, do you have a blog post, which is, at your opinion, the proper setup for SEO? In order to have it as a prototype model. I assume it's SEO. I added that myself. Do you have a blog?
Sort like a sample for creating blog posts with all the details. No,
The
we don't have
details and
one, but
tags
we can craft a prompt for this. I will
Okay.
do that and send to
We'll
George.
look at that and post that up for you. And we'll, if you can note George's name here, and then we can follow up personally there. Question from Scott. My question, redirect dictionaries, encyclopedias got cut off, and so I will start over. I want to set up a directory for an industry which there is no go-to dictionary or encyclopedia for in terms of that industry. Is there a way to create a spot on my directory site with an on-the-fly dictionary encyclopedia for users, where the user types the term into the AI program? Yes, I mean you can do this. So eDirectory has a custom content widget that you can drag and drop anywhere, and then you can put in your own custom content there. And then you can create a form or something that links into the chat GPT, and then the feedback can be posted there. You could probably get away with doing that yourself if you were pretty crafty. Just through the site manager section, putting it in and then posting some little snippets of HTML code in there. But if it's something that you want to mock up, and you know, we can get you a quote if you need us to do some custom development to make that integration or anything looking a little bit smoother. You just you know, or any of our account managers can help get you a quote on doing that. But yeah, you can create a custom content widget in the site manager, put it where you want, and then that should work as far as that goes. Next question. I love ChatGPT and use it a lot, but only use the free version. Is it worth paying for the paid version? It's $20 a month, so it's not, you know, it's not gonna probably kill you. I don't know if it's that much better. You know, maybe try for a month. Do you have any opinion? We have a paid version, I think. So I don't. Is it any better? What do you think, Gabriel?
I didn't test it actually. I'm satisfied with for what I use for creating texts and for example, creating meta descriptions. The free version is pretty good already.
So we have a paid version. You don't even use it.
No,
I know
it's on another team.
It's on another team.
Yes, it's on another team.
Oh, the other team has it. Yeah. So I don't know if it's worth paying for. You may check it out. There's also some other options. You may check out Google's option. There's some other stuff coming, and then there's a bunch of the other companies out there that have all these, like, you'll see AI widgets and programs all over the place. You'll see those things everywhere. Often what they are is sort of a wrapper around ChatGPT for those. So let's see, any more questions? I think we had a private comment here. We'll check that. Oh, let's see. Oh, actually, we had a private comment come in here from Dan, but he was essentially just asking. He's had some issues with our support team and needs an escalation on that. So first, I apologize, Dan, and don't hesitate to let us know. You know, if you got some issues here. Our support team is typically, we're pretty responsive, but if sometimes we get stuck, and I know we had a couple issues on the mobile app. I will look at this. I'll look at this personally with the team, and I'll get somebody to follow up with you ASAP. And if anybody has any issues out there with our support team and needs an escalation, don't hesitate to reach out. We actually take take great pride in having best support in the industry as far as that goes. So so I will check that, and we will be in touch there. So okay, great. Last call for questions, anybody? If nobody has any more questions or anything, you can always reach out. I think Gabriel posted in the links to us at the links, the email links, etc. at the beginning. Also, we have live chat on eDirectory.com. You can just go there and chat with our team. And thanks everybody for joining. Come back in a couple weeks for the next webinar. And after we have a survey, right, coming out just on how we did today. So feel free. We have thick skin, so don't hesitate to give us some real feedback there. We're trying to make things better as far as that goes. So thanks a lot, everybody, and have a great day.
You, bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.